Lars, there's a lot of young players on this team. Obviously, Cole coming back, and in terms of their development, how much of the way you play them, where you play them, the time on ice, how much is that comes from you and the coaching staff, and how much dialogue do you have with the front office about how they want you to develop them, or is that not a conversation, or is it just you and the coaching staff?
No, there's always dialogue with upper management, dialogue with the players. I mean, we're always sometimes sitting is part of development. Sometimes not playing as much. If you get to a very dangerous point if you just open the door and let them go. Because there was a time where most guys spent 3-4 years in the minors, and you earn your ice time, and you learn it down there, and then you come here and you got to earn your ice time, and it's different now, with the salary cap, and we all understand the structure of that and what happens. So they have to learn some of these lessons at times here, and it's got to be earned. You can't just open the door, but. There's that fine line. Let them work through stuff. If you see the effort, you see the focus on detail within the structure, they're trying to do what the team wants. Some nights you're just going to have bad games. And that goes for older guys too, not just young guys.
So what do you think is the difference between, you mentioned guys used to bide their time in the minors. What do you think has changed between then and now?
Well, it's dollars and cents. I mean, you see the cap system. It's hard. It's you have so much money to go around, right? So I think that's one of the big contributors of entry level guys. It's cheap money. You know what I mean? And so it depends where you are as an organization. Like the amount of injuries we've had this year. You need players. I mean, at some point we're down 10 and 11 guys. So these guys have to play. We need bodies to come in. So it's. We're always trying to do what's best for each one, the organization, two, for the players' development. And, in every game, it's going to be different. There's going to be weeks where maybe a guy's lost himself and weeks where they come back and they're like, oh, we found his game. So it's really on a game-to-game basis, week-to-week basis with each and every guy.
That said, with the injuries, you have gotten some guys back. I mean, we've already talked about the internal motivation type of thing, with you can kind of use playing time or roster spots as a motivator from the internally. But I'm wondering, with more guys back, is it nice to just be able to kind of look at your lines now and try and figure out different combinations rather than just having like the same guys moving around?
Yeah, I just think the internal push is always important, and it's not it's never to scare anybody, but you start to reflect in your own game a little bit more, and that accountability or self-assessment goes up a little bit more, and the urgency goes up a little bit more because there's more guys around, there's more guys coming back, there's NHL players that are ready to come back. So, a guy like Boone steps in, he's going to gobble up anywhere from 17 to 20 plus minutes depending on the night. So that means someone else is probably not getting those minutes, right? So it helps in pushing guys, and so we're always looking at that. I think guys are always having to challenge themselves, and even in a season like we're having, we know where we're at. There's no hiding from it. It is what it is. So you got to go out there and push yourself, and we still have to find areas of ways to grow, and we got a lot of young guys that need to grow. So from day to day, week to week, it's going to look different, and some guys might be in, might be out. It depends, and it doesn't always have to be the young guys either.
Brad, we didn't drill down on this too much the other night, but there was so much emphasis before that Nashville game on handling their push early on. And you talk about learning experiences. It seemed like you guys handled that situation pretty well. How valuable is that type of situation on the road against a team like that to handle that type of push early in a game like that?
Sure, yeah. You never want to get to the point where you accept losing, right? Because it's a bad recipe. We know that. But you have to look at the process of the game, and you're coming in on a back-to-back. You're playing a team that plays very well at home and has that push early. I said, Daniel, I thought did a good job of holding the fort there early for us. And we kind of found ourselves in the second period. Even though we gave up the 2 goals, you're down 2-0. It was a productive second. And it's two, to me, basic breakdowns and that we can fix very easily. So that was the unfortunate part. And we had a couple of looks, and then the third was outstanding. So we pushed. We kept pushing right to the end, and we took the game over in the third. Really, chances were 11-1. That's on the road on a back-to-back with a young group. It's something to build off of. And so now, humility. We talk about that a lot. Feel good about yourself, but don't get full of yourself. There's a big difference, and we still didn't get the win. We didn't get the result. So it's. We didn't do enough to get it done. So now you got to bring it again here tonight, and especially at home. Elvis will start the rest of the same. Yeah, Daniel backup. Yep.
We saw Corp going down the hallway. Just any kind of update there?
Yeah, he's good. He's back in the fray here and practicing.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.